Hello Hecate devotees, witches, and fellow occultists alike out there. This video is about intent and magical use and power. It is important to know your intent when trying to cultivate or manifest energy. And it is important to have both your head and your heart lined up in that intention. I'll give you a good example as to why that is. Let's say that I hated a person. Well, don't hate them, but dislike them greatly. And they came to me for my magical abilities. They paid me to do spell work or ritual work for them. Now, doing spell work, it is important, absolutely, to have everything lined up. Because if my mind is on the job, okay, I'm going to go do this spell work for them. I took their money. I'm going to put that intention out there to cultivate what they want. But in my heart, I'm still angry or dislike this person, then yes, the magic may get done, but it may not be done properly because that ill intention is still within me. So, yeah, you may get a result that's half-assed or maybe not even the result that you want because of that factor, because what you're putting out there mentally may work, but in here, there's still that ill will and intent of harm towards that person because you didn't like them. This is one of the many reasons why, when working with magic or being a witch or an occultist, it is important to filter yourself, work on yourself, and get past those grievances, because there are going to be people that come to you for spell work or magic that you're not always going to agree with their want or desire. Yet you, as a magician or a witch, end up taking on those projects. So by clearing out yourself and by becoming the void, the vacuum, and having no feeling or ill will or bad intent towards somebody, you're able to better produce your magic, your manifestation, and pulling in that energy and making it useful to you in the right and proper way. Um, that happens so many times where intent comes across one way and does not get executed in the proper way. To talk about power, it is something that can be gained, and it is also something that you are born with. There are certain people that you'll come across in life that haven't done anything at all, but feel intimidating or strong to you, and you don't understand why, because they were born with that power. And there are people that work their ass off, and it shows through their ability and who they are that they have power. Then there is the glamour or illusion of power, where somebody puffs up their chest and projects out there that feeling that they are strong and have gravitas, but actually it's just an illusion. When you look further inside of them, they're lost or have it's just a projection, that inside of themselves there's no strength. I've seen this happen before, where you come across somebody and at first glance you're like, oh my gosh, this person has so much stuff going for them, and then you look a little bit behind the surface when you know them, and then you see, oh, what I'm seeing is a world that they built up around them, but inside themselves that's not really there. A person who has true power, you can tell. They don't need to come into the room saying, I got the biggest stick in the room. You could just look at them and go, there's something about this person that I don't want to fuck with, or this person has the whole, there's just something about them that you intentionally already know that they have that ability. They don't need to tell you, you know. And that's, I think, important to note, Mark, that people with real power, they don't have to say it. You just feel it from them. And the people that do go out there and say, hey, you know, I got this going for me and I got that going for me, those are the people that are hiding, that have that illusion up, that glamour up, that when you look deeper beyond the surface, it's, you see who they really are, and there's no strength or power there. It's all false. So that leading back to intention. When you intently put that energy out there of, you know, I'm the biggest man in the room, sometimes it doesn't always come across because it's not genuine. Genuality is important. It's as a witch and an occultist, you develop these skills of being able to tear down illusion or build up illusion. I mean, I've seen a lot of witches out there that have some good glamour game, but, you know, that's all it is. And it's the intent. It's their want to look important, but then they end up not being. And then there's, you know, if you intend to just be humble and do the work, that shows. You don't have to tell people. They see it in you, and they'll come to you, and they'll either seek your advice or your services. And it's just a matter of confidence within yourself and knowing that you have that strength, that ability, that you've done the work and put that time in. It comes across. So, intent with magic is important. Intent in how you present yourself as a person is important. Because both come across as surface things, but there's things hidden underneath it that people eventually will find out, or it'll show through. My point is, when you're doing magic, make sure your head and your heart match up, that you're doing the work from a pure place of either no strings attached, no feelings attached, and then you are the vessel, the void, pulling in that energy. Therefore, your magic will get done in the proper way that it should be, instead of being blocked by a feeling of grief or irritation. And that true power is seen and felt, and not have to be told to everybody that you are. So I hope this little video finds you well, that maybe gives you something to consider, and gives you something to look at, saying, hey, I can break down better illusion now because I'm now aware of it, or now I know that I need to put better intention out and clear myself before I start projects. And I hope this video finds you well. Have a good day.